Hello guys, how are you today?
I'm good.
Really good today.
I'm good.
All
How about
right,
you?
I'm pretty well too. I'm okay. Okay, I hope you all in a good health, in a good conditions. Because today we will like to talk about Unit 5, it's an interview. We will discuss it. There are 5 points that we will discuss, but let me lead you these discussions. Okay, first thing first, before we start, I think it's better for us to read the points first and then we shall have a discuss about the materials. So the first thing you read and then after you read, we will discuss it. Okay, uh, without further ado, let me read the first point first. Okay, unit,
Okay.
unit 5, guys, the interview. So we have a chills right here, man. It just chills your body because we don't have we don't do any tests right now. We just discuss. Just relax.
Yes, okay.
But the most important thing we use the English language, not bahasa.
Yeah.
Okay. The first ones. The first point. I mean, preparing for an interview. Open your ears, guys. No, no, no. I'm just kidding. An interview, a preparing for interview. An interview is an opportunity to showcase your relevant strengths, experience, and interest in the position for which you are applying. An interview is also a chance for you to ask questions of the employer to find out if the position is good fit for you. Anyone have any questions about this so far? No, I think. Do you have?
No, no, no.
I
Not yet.
it's
Not
very good.
yet. All right. Okay. So, in preparing your interview, there are a few things you need to know. The first, interviewing requires advanced planning, preparations, and practice. Second one is interviewing is an interactive process. An interview is a conversation with a purpose. So if you don't have any purpose, you don't have any interview. You just talk to your friends, um, like usual. And the third point is interviewers are human too. They are not robot. So the question is not, this question is not unjustified or well planned because they are human too. They can feel what you feel when you are in a interview situations. And you too have decisions in the interview process. Whether you've had one interview or 15 interviews, you will find that all interviews are different. Do you have any questions about this so far? No?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. All right. Some interviewers are skilled at interviewing, others are not. Some interviewers are talkative, others let you do most of the talking. Some interviewers are highly structured, others are more conversational and casual. Your challenge is to be ready for any style. To prepare for any type of interview, think about it in 3 stages. First, before the interview, which is the preparations. Second, during the interview is the communications. And the third, after the interview is follow up. Do you have any questions about preparing an interview?
No.
We should
Not yet.
discuss about
Okay.
about or perhaps we could have a turn to read the material. So the first one is preparing for a meeting is for me, and the second one, who else gonna read? So the rest can the rest could hear what you have said or what you are talking. Okay, shall we have a turn? You know, after me, who else want to read this material?
Wait, Rafi. I'm gonna talk about how you prepare for an interview. So after I'm getting research about it, I found some points that we have to prepare before an interview. So there are research the industry or a company.
Mm,
The second one is clarify your selling points and the reasons. So we have reasons that why we required and worth to get the job. The three is prepare for questions that we have to know what questions that they have and what their answers. So we have to get the job. The fourth is practice interview in home or with the friends or with the
oh,
parents, right?
yeah,
And
I agree.
the last that I found is research career progression. What is progress in this company or industry? So we know that they are grow up, not stuck in the middle or to get down like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That was good point from Penny. Yeah, it's good. It's a better suggestions if you have a practice before you start a real interview, because it would help you in the real interview. So you may have practice to your friend or your family or perhaps your class. Perhaps it will help you to boost your skills or your confidence in a real interview.
mhm.
Mm. How about others? Do you agree with this, or do you have any tips in preparing for an interview?
Well, I agree with Fanny that we need to research first about the job, about the submission before we get the interview, because it's it's very important for us to know what are we going to do with the job before we uh, we apply it.
Mm.
But I want to ask about your point of view about no, well, I mean selling points. Um,
Oh yeah,
what the points of selling points? Are
oh yeah.
you uh
Uh,
any
okay, I got it.
uh,
So what you mean is what do you mean is like the selling points is the you know the positive,
Your potential.
yeah, your potentials. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
the strongest?
Or
Okay.
Mm-mm. So if you have any potentials that suitable to your company that you apply, I think
Mhm.
it will be a selling point to you or to the company, of course. So the company will look after your potentials based on your skills, perhaps, or do you have any experience or kind of like it could be it could be selling points to you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Mm-mm. Okay. How about others? Salma, perhaps? Do you have any tips, Shirley?
yes. Actually, besides that points that Fanny and Rafi said before, also three, I think we need to prepare for appropriate clothes for the interview, because
Mm.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't want to look terrible in front of your new maybe coworker or your boss.
Mhm.
So you need to wear the appropriate clothes for the
Yeah,
interview.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
totally agree
yeah,
with you.
totally agree.
Uh, I nearly forgot about the appearance. Appearance is play an important role in the interview. If you wearing a and casual clothes like that you are always wear whenever you are in a hangout situation, and then you come to the interview, I think it's not appropriate for you to wear that
Yeah,
things.
of course.
Yes,
It will
Yeah,
be
agree
shameless.
with that.
yeah, you will be feel shame because of
Yeah,
yourself.
and also, you didn't get the job.
Yeah, true.
Yes, because appearance is the first impression for everyone, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yes, I
the
agree with Salomon.
mm,
It can represent ourselves and explain about our attitude, our about personality.
mm,
It's like
true,
that.
true. The interviewer too is mostly look about your appearance too and your clothes. Okay, guys, shall we move to the next points of job interview? Who
Yes.
else?
Let's
Who
go.
else gonna read these materials? Point two.
Mm,
I suppose it's not always me, right? Perhaps somebody. Come on, let's take a turn.
uh,
Who?
Can you, Salma?
Okay, Salma.
me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Types of interviews.
Okay. So types of interviews. There are 6 types of interviews. The first one is screening interview. The second one is telephone interview, and then group interviews, panel interviews, case interviews, and the last one is behavioral interviews. Um, the screening interview, you will exchange information focused on questions about your skills and experiences. Usually, an even flow of information between the interviewer and interviewee. Some interviewers will incorporate behavioral interviewing strategies in a screening interview. On-campus interviews are typically this type. The next one is telephone interview. Common when an employer wishes to screen candidates before bringing a few in for an interview. This interview often indicates that you have exhibited some of the experiences and skills sought. Typically, schedule it in advance during a time that is convenient for both parties. Some of the items you should have in front of you during the phone interview are your resume, company information, job description, and key points you want to share. The third one is group interviews. Occur occasionally when employers want to talk with many candidates at one time. You may, as a group, be given a problem to solve and explain. Your best strategy is to be involved rather than be aggressive or passive in the interaction. You want to balance your ability to lead, listen, and follow directions. The fourth is panel interviews. Several interviewers gather to ask questions, often as a time-saving device for employers. You want to respond first to the person asking the question and then make eye contact with the remainder of the group throughout the answer. Next, case interviews. Used primarily by consulting firms and for higher level positions. The interviews simulates a work issue of the job and involves a presentation of the hypothetical or real business case or quantitative problem. An employer is evaluating your problem-solving skills when dealing with difficult situations. A case interview requires intensive preparation with practice cases. The last one is behavioral interviews. Ask job candidates to provide concrete evidence of their qualifications in behavioral terms, based on the premise that the best predictor of future potential is past performance. The interview focuses on identifying specific examples in an applicant's background that document skill in the areas relevant to the job description. Be prepared to discuss specific, concrete, and relevant behaviors in an employment interview. You will be demonstrating the attributes of initiative, problem solving, planning, communication, motivation, and maturity that most interviewers are seeking in potential employees. That's it. Okay, shall we discuss it?
Wow, yeah. There are many types
That's a lot of
interviews.
points.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, for God's sake, there are many types. Yeah, I personally wonder that which one is the hardest of the types of the interviews above all. What do you think, guys? What is the hardest? Yes.
I think
Hardest
it's
type.
the group interviews
Why?
because you will be interviewed with many people at the same time, so you need to be I don't know what word to describe it, but you must be the one that attach the interviewers. I don't know how to describe it, but you need to be the one that the most outstanding,
Yeah.
so you can get.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it.
Oh, I see. I think it's could be true, but yeah, but in a group interviews, perhaps you didn't feel fair. Yeah, I mean, like if you come to the office, like you have many friends to apa ya? Oh my God, how I want to say Indonesians. You have to like prepare. You don't have to prepare the most burden to yourself that you have many friends with. So I think it's more easier. But yeah, I agree with the Audrey's opinion that you have to be the most outstanding participants above all.
But
Yeah.
also you cannot fake your answer.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah, true.
Yes.
It needs more time to thinking more when you are faking your answer.
True. Because we have already hear the another or the others participants,
Yes,
so we have
but
to choose the best words that different from them.
Yes, that's the hard part. See.
Yes. True.
but for me, the hardest interviews is case interviews. Uh,
Oh,
do you
why?
agree
Why
with
is that?
me? Because I think that they explain that it's used primarily by consulting firms and for higher level positions. So I thought that the questions is more hardest than than the low level positions, right?
Mm.
And
Yes.
the interviewers simulate to a work issue, so we need to maybe thinking hard for the issue and why we solve that,
Yeah, true.
and involves a presentation of the hypothetical and real business case. This
Mm-hmm.
is so complicated, I think.
Yes, I
It's
agree
like
with
a
you.
simulation, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Needs more preparations with practice cases. But the cases we don't know that they are prepared for us.
Mm. So for the case interviews, like more focus on your skills and your perhaps especially problem solve skills that you have.
Uh-huh.
Of
Right.
course, supported by
Yes.
the field of the study that you have learned in your colleges. Yeah, I think it's more hard. Yeah. So each types have the hardest part and then the easiest part. It cannot be compared, I think. Do you agree or not? Shit,
Seems
my
like
connections.
I think Rafi is lagging.
Ah, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your voice.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
It's
You continue.
okay. It's okay.
You know, guys, I use data in my
Uh-huh.
connection, so it could be yeah slow.
So we can go more faster
yes,
quickly. Yes, we can move quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
But I have a questions in this points.
Oh, what, Rafi?
Yeah.
What's your question?
In your opinion, what types that suitable for our conditions, especially in Indonesian? Do you think that
Suitable.
that more suitable to our conditions, especially Indonesians? Do you think that uh one of these types is often used by the company, by Indonesian's company, I think? What do you think? Which one?
I think it's the screening and behavioral
Oh yeah, screening. Yeah.
screening.
Yeah, I
Yes.
also agree about behavioral interviews because Indonesian people mostly have
Oh,
a low.
lack of attitude.
I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, almost
Yes.
almost no. Mostly people in Indonesians, it's uh say to get a low grade for behavior. Sorry to say that, but yeah, that's
but I agree.
Okay. Okay.
that's all I know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that all Indonesian people are dumb as
Yeah,
well,
it
right?
doesn't mean that's all Indonesian people,
Yes.
but
Yes.
No,
yeah, after I
Mostly.
researched, I got a
mostly.
research mostly. I got
Okay,
this
okay,
from a research.
okay. Shall we continue to the next points?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
who's gonna volunteer to read this the third point?
I can read it.
Uh,
The star tips, isn't it?
yeah, go ahead,
yes.
Audrey.
Yes, Audrey.
But I'm
Okay.
sorry. Sorry. We can read this quickly or not to read all of the points. So we're gonna
Okay. Okay.
discuss it because the time is
Okay.
running
Okay.
quickly.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
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 The
how much
star
time?
tips.
Oh, okay, you can go ahead. Okay, I'm so sorry. Just go ahead.
Okay. Okay. But how much time we have left?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
No.
Rafi,
we have spent 20 minutes already.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
20 minutes.
20.
Okay. I'll start. To prepare things star, the star technique helps you to organize your stories and examples into responses to behavioral based interview questions. It includes situation, task, action, and results. And we should think strategically and respond convincingly. We need to listen carefully to all the questions during the interview, but we need to also relax as much as possible and think in terms of what is this recruiter really asking me. We do not over analyze the question, but we need to listen carefully and take a moment to think before providing a response. Usually, the recruiter will ask you about why did you sign up for this interview? What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? Why weren't you grades higher than 2.3? And why did you attend this university or college? It's kind of like that. You need to think properly before providing a response, and that require star tips: situation, task, action, and results. That's the point, and we can discuss it the question one by one, I think, because we need to faster the discussion.
I think that we have a sufficient time. I think it's not a big deal.
Okay, so do I need to read it one by one, the question, like why did you sign up for this interview?
Oh, I think is your part is just to prepare and think start.
It's okay.
Yes.
It will.
Oh, you
Yeah,
Oh
it
you,
will.
yeah,
All of
you
I'm
my
sorry, I'm sorry.
love us question right now.
It's okay, Audrey. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
that's good. I'm a little bit confused
Okay.
because oh my god, why you continue historically and
Okay, first
respect.
we discuss about star.
Okay, about the start technique that helps you organize your stories and examples into response to behavioral based interview questions. The first part is situation. What was the situation? What problems or challenge did I face? What was the context in which the situation occurred? And then the point task, what was my role? And the point action, what did I do specifically? What skills did I utilize? And the result, what were the outcomes or accomplishment? What did I learn? And what would I do differently next time? So isn't these questions are the most question that the requirer asks to the candidates, isn't it?
Oh, you mean
Like,
frequently asked questions,
mm-mm,
AQ?
frequently asked question. So do you guys have any tips to answer this question?
I think
Well,
yeah.
okay, you first, Ravi.
Okay,
You got the first.
all right. I think the star STAR is already tips for an interview, but it could be suitable for the essays writing too. But as the matter of interview, I think star is a bit more efficient than essay because in a star we can think effectively and uh, you know how to say structurally. I don't know. You have points that you will to exit. You will to explain to the interviewer. So situation, action, test, and result help you to understand about the main points or the main question that asked by the interviewer. I mean, yeah. What was the situation? What problems or challenges did I face? What was the context in which the situation occurred? Of course, the situation is the first thing that you have to recognize and realize about your interview, about the question that asked by the interviewer. And after you understand and recognize the situation, you have to know what is your task. After you know the task, what was my role? What was your role? What kind of things that you might uh, points out to the company after you are hired? and then what actions that you have to do after you hired to the company. Yeah, and what is the result? I think it's a more efficient and more benefit to you if you are applying these tips, the star tips. Yeah, for me it's just like that. About others.
Yeah. I just want to add some tips. Maybe if we if we are the new interviewer into interviews
Mm,
sorry, so we can research it on YouTube videos about uh, what the questions that uh, it will be at would be able when we are gonna do interviews and what the positions. I think there is more videos that we have to watch before we answer the stars questions. So we have the more prepared than before, like that. Just
But
that.
I think the star tips, it really helps us to
Yeah,
prepare our answers to this
yeah,
frequently asked question.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the answers from star questions like that.
Okay.
Okay, next. Go to the next is
I think strategically and respond convincingly already read by
yeah.
Audrey.
Yes.
I'm
So
sorry.
we're gonna discuss it.
Yeah, we could discuss it right away because it's already
Mhm.
been read by Audrey. Hmm. Think strategically and respond convincingly. Convincing is kind of thing that you persuade your interviewer to really believe what you have said,
Mhm.
whether is it true or not, because your point is you are just convincing the interviewer that believe on your words.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
We must make
But
sure that they are believe us.
yeah,
yeah,
Good
but
review.
but
but maybe
the
in some conditions, if we have to convincing the interviewing or interviewers, the
interviewers,
interview,
In the viewers, I think.
Reviewers,
yeah,
I think.
interviewers.
yeah. But we are answering it, they are not what not suitable to hearing us.
Mm,
Did you get my point?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yeah, I
yes, yes.
think
I
you
can.
get it
I
right.
get your point.
Yeah, that's so it is why your points have to be make sense that the interviewer
Yeah.
would believe in you. If your point is just
That's what I mean.
mumbling and retelling a fake story, and then there is no the great base reason for your what have you said. Yeah, it's be useless because you don't have any make sense on your points.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-mm. I think this one is interesting, guys. The
Mhm.
greatest strength and the greatest weakness that you have to realize it on yourself before you start an interview. Yeah, you have to know what is your greatest strength and what is your greatest weakness.
And how we will improve it
Them.
and solve our weakness, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
improve and
That's
Um.
overcome.
I I have watched the video about tips to answer these questions like what is your weakness. We can tell them our weakness, but we also need to add how we will get it off our weakness, so they will
Yes.
believe us that we can get through our weakness.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, I also agree with Audrey. So
Yeah.
we're gonna know how we solve it.
So it is
Yes.
not
Or we can
not a plain weakness, but you have to mention how do you put it away or overcome towards it. So it will be a good points to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Do you have anything to say, Salma? Nasha?
I actually have an interesting questions for you guys. The last
Mm-hmm.
point of the questions is why did you attend this university or college?
Mm.
Given that questions, what answer would you give to the company for the interview maybe?
Yeah, I think it's already been explained in here. Do not indicate that external forces directed you to the college. Like I didn't have any money for Stanford, so I settled for XYZ University. Will be a joke.
Okay.
What's
But
your
there is
reason for attending UM?
Oh my
there
Attending
is
god.
a
UM.
reason that we have to control our decisions. Uh why we go to the university, uh, but we are not calm, not attending. Uh, where our responsibility? Maybe I think the company is grade us from that responsibility and decisions.
Yeah, I agree. They can I'm sorry. They can judge us by our answer about what kind of responsibilities that you have done in your college.
Oh yes.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
like have you done your tasks or your responsibility in the college, and how do you succeed it, I think.
Mm,
But what was your answer, guys, for this question? Why did you attend UM?
Um, for me personally, because UM the English literature is one of the best. Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to attend this college in UM. What about the others?
I almost same with
I,
Salman. Because
I
I
actually
have I
okay.
have heard that English in University of Malang is one of the best thing that UM have. So my mom convinced me to attend this college, and I found it true.
okay.
So what Rafi or Fanny maybe?
If you
Yeah,
ask
I
me,
have to answer
What
it.
would you answer
It's
that
my
question?
it's about my decisions and my responsibility to get to get that. Nothing more.
Okay.
Okay.
How about Ravi?
oh my god.
Why Rafi? Why you attend UM?
Because it is my second options. Uh, the second
Oh.
options in my
What,
SBM PTN
what was
test.
your first option? What was your first option?
I think that you guys already know about that. I have I choose international affairs in UKM, but I
Oh.
Ah,
didn't get
Oh.
accepted. So yeah,
Okay.
I move in Malang.
Rafi, I think we are same.
Oh,
It's my second
Oh,
option.
really?
And
Yeah,
also
me too.
and also I'm here because of
Really? Oh my god,
no, I
guys.
lucky maybe. No, I
Okay.
don't think that I will on literature education or something like that because I really want to in music educations or music
Hmm.
arts like that in EC.
I see. That's a great
Yes,
Oh,
but my
college.
parents didn't. Yeah, like that lah.
okay, guys. This is out of the
Okay,
topic.
okay, we
Our
should move.
conversation right now. So
We should
okay.
move.
I think
Okay.
we should move on to the next points.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's okay.
It's the last point. Maybe Fanny can read it.
Okay.
Yes, closing the interview.
The
Yep.
yes. Right.
About the closing the interview, we need to state our interest in the positions. I'm sorry. The second one is briefly summarize why us why we are well qualified for the job. The third is find out what the next steps will be. Thanks the interviewers for their time and make sure to be smile, shake hands, and collect business card before you leave. I think it's
Okay.
clear enough for the closing interview, right?
Yes.
Do we still use the business cards today?
Business
I don't
card.
know, but maybe for the higher position like CEO or
Ah,
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah, I
they
agree.
use the business cards.
It still be used by them.
Yeah, it will be more simply and we get to
Oh
know
yeah,
the others.
yeah. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, then search in the internet or something like that.
Oh,
Mhm.
nowadays, people use the LinkedIn for
ah,
their
Yeah,
online CV maybe or what, something
yes.
like that.
No, like in it's just for like you wanna seek for a job, and then you find a better or suitable job for you, and it will be sold in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn just like connected between the job seeker and the company. So it is not like interviewing or interviewing sections like that we have talked about before. Yeah, guys. I think
Okay.
it's interesting. But if you are asked by the interviewer about how much how much salary that you want, how do you answer that questions? Do you have any
Oh my god, that's a tough one.
idea? If I'm the
Uh,
interviewer, what salary that you expected to be in here?
Hmm, I gonna answer it. It depends my my what can I say that? Uh, wait.
I
No,
think it depends for our position.
yes, the
yes,
positions and skills, right?
Hmm.
yes.
I'm sorry, it's noisy.
Also, I think it should um pass the not pass the UMR thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys know
yeah.
what
The
I mean? Oh
minimum.
yes,
The
yes, the
minimum
minimum UMR
wage, the minimum wage
for the yes
for each province or for each city, it's different.
or uh it's depends on where you apply your job. Maybe the company when you apply for the company in Malang, maybe
The
you can
area.
justify it with the Malang area,
Hmm.
something like that, or the province. Yeah.
But if you had your if you have a GPA perhaps 4.0, I mean like cum laude, and then oh my
Okay.
god, I'm is the best students. I'm the best alumni that my university had. How can you pay me based on the basic salary, the basic wage? I want it more. I mean, like just like that, If you are the best alumni of the certain university, because I was reading news about one of our friends. It's not in our university, but the top
Okay.
the top of university in Indonesia. There was news like he or no, she is a woman. She demands the interviewer about the salary that she wanted have. Like yeah, like she said, yeah, I'm the best alumni that my university had. How could you pay me for a 10,000 eh 10,000, not 10,000, 10 million rupiahs, just for 10 million rupiahs?
Oh,
I supposed to have 50 50 50 million rupiahs. How could you give me like that? I mean, like, oh my god, that crazy. That woman is current crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
wow.
it went viral
It will be nice.
at the time. Yeah.
For me, I think because we are applying for a job and the interviewer um have know our skills, or maybe um didn't see it directly how we works. Maybe it's better to give the offer, the standard offer maybe, or a little bit high, rather than you directly said that, oh, I want a 50 million per month
Mm.
for my salary. Like good, that's a lot. And if you can, maybe if you can improve your skills, or you can give the best of you, of your works for the company, they will be pissed off, something like that.
Yes. It's like they are being underestimated by the
Yes.
fresh graduate. Well, I'm speechless for her confidence.
Yeah.
Me too,
She
honestly.
is overconfident, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Damn.
I don't know. I think I didn't breathe enough to mention.
The exact amount.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm not brave enough.
I think
that woman is driving me
in
crazy.
I think I'm gonna answer it. Okay, just pass the minimum wage, and I
Yeah.
will be okay.
yes, that's right.
Mm. I will take whatever you may offer, unless it pays the minimum basic salary. Okay, I'm okay with that.
It's better than over competing.
Uh-uh. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to discuss? Um, be sure to smile, shake hands. Do you agree with that?
Smile.
Do you have to
It is
smile
most
in every?
important that we have to
But
smile.
yes, I think yes.
I think it's not like you smile every time in
Yeah.
the
Oh
interview.
yeah,
Be like
People will think you are crazy if you
it
smile
will be
all the
Yeah.
time.
it will be
but you
awkward if we smile
yeah,
every
but you
time.
need to have a little smile.
Yeah. I think
It's
it
Sure.
will.
not
So
that
you don't
things.
so you don't see as an arrogant person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the module has mean you don't need to smile all the time, but do not answer the question arrogantly. I think
Yes,
Mm.
not
I agree.
overconfidence. And what is sombong means in English? Sombong.
Sombong, yes. Yes, it's, I think arrogant. It could be.
Arrogant,
Ah,
yes. Or cocky,
yes.
maybe.
Cocky is
Yes.
a bit,
Harsh.
a bit
It's a
bad.
bit
But
harsh.
I don't think I could smile because I think I will nervous. So
Oh yeah,
I think if
definitely,
you are
definitely
so
nervous.
nervous, you can't smile. Yeah.
Uh, I think
Aren't we all?
it will be
Aren't
a
we all nervous?
awkward situation if you
Yes.
smile all the times. Yeah. The main point is that you have to be humble to your
Yeah.
interviewer. Yeah, humble,
Humble and friendly.
humble and friendly, but not as
Yes.
friendly as that you meet your
Yeah.
friends in college.
Yeah, I'm
It's
totally
the
agree.
the
Okay.
interviewer and
Okay.
the interviewee
Uh,
position.
okay, guys. I think it's enough. I think for this occasions, this discussions.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
it's enough for our
That was
discussion
a good
now.
discussion for
Yeah.
me.
For me personally, I'm so much appreciate that you've already come to the meeting and talk about this material. Of course, I hope you all
Yes.
understand about the materials and could practice it into your daily basic life, or perhaps when you in the future when you are in a interviewing situations, you could apply our tips that we have mentioned it before. Okay, guys,
Yes.
I think it's enough
Hope
today.
so.
Uh, do you have any
Yes.
last word? Oh my god,
Any last word?
last words. It means
Thank
that I
you
will
for
need
discussing it
to.
with me. I
Yes.
got
Thank you,
yeah, I
guys.
got a new
Don't
education.
forget to do the other test, guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
and also that.
okay. I shall to finish our discussion today. It is
Yes.
almost the clock's almost strike the third 3 p.m. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Uh, yeah. As I say, thank you so much, and good day and good afternoon to everyone. Bye.
Yes.
You
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you,
guys.
Fani.
Thank
Thank
you.
Bye.
See
you.
you.